Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is our Derp coronavirus special and you're looking at a KV-2, the Tier 6 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on the south spawn of Widepark and it's under the command of Mongoose. Now I stuttered a minute there when I said Widepark because I was about to say Munich, and of course it is the Munich map, but well, that was me being confused. Okay, so we started the game and we're moving off to shoot near the bridge. As you know, the KV-2's got a 152mm howitzer as its main armament, and oh, that tram car was getting in the way. Unfortunately, some of the scenery sometimes gets stuck on vehicles and it actually gets in the way and inhibits the play. It's something that Wargaming need to address sometime in the future. Okay, we've got a number of enemies just down the road. He's far enough away they might not actually see him, but he's trying to get shots on a VK3601H or a box tank or a Nashorn. Going for the Nashorn. And the Nashorn took a round for 332. Didn't kill him though. Must have hurt him a lot though. Now it's 20 seconds to reload this howitzer. It is two-part ammunition, so you would expect it, and it's one of the shells is really heavy, so it actually has to have two loaders just to put the shell in. Now we're looking at a box tank just down there, and okay, dialing in, and he's out the game. That's the first kill. Now we're waiting for more enemy to arrive, and well, a KV-2's just popped up. We're not loaded yet, but I think he's more than likely going to try and make his way through that arch. But first things first, he has to have a shell. 406 hit points, and he's pulled back just to avoid a reply from that guy. He's more than likely going to want another shot back in this direction. And the enemy have crossed the bridge and they're now in our territory. Trying to dial in on one of the enemy tanks. There's a VK down there. Okay, go low. At the last second, I think we saw an enemy tank firing a Derp round in our direction. I think it may have been the KV-2, but it wasn't aimed at us. It was aimed at somebody else. And well, we're not doing too well at the moment. We're only one tank down, but the enemy has occupied a lot of our territory. The Jagdpanzer is no longer in our territory because he's back in the garage. And oh, the M6 is taking a bit of attention from the enemy Arty. There's two M44s on the enemy team. And they're getting so close now that, well, Mongoose has decided it's probably better to stay around this corner and wait for the enemy to come round and try and attack him than to poke your nose out and get it damaged by that Arty. So who's next? T-37 or the KV-2? I think it's going to be the KV-2, isn't it? Yep. All he needs to do is shout Russia and the shell should hit the target. Russia! No, it didn't hit the target. Oh dear. Papa Joe's not working for us today, and I think that was a round coming back from the KV-2. We've already lost our M44 over there. Still one tank down on the enemy. Now over on this side of the map we've got a T-37 and Excalibur a little distance away, and there's a Strip 74 behind these buildings over here. And he's on the move. There he is. Now unfortunately that brick wall's in the way and that will pre-detonate the shell if it's an HE1, but that was straight into him and killed him for 299 hit points. So he's now got 1.4k damage and 4 kills. Now KV-2 should be next. He has actually moved into our area and I reckon he's going after the M6 first. Well, here's the first one he'll see, and if he kills the M6 we can kill the KV-2 afterwards, and he does. Okay, so he's now in reload for 21 seconds. So this is Mongoose's opportunity to get this KV-2 and wipe him out while he can't respond. Hello, Mr. KV-2. Say goodnight. And he's gone. 5 kills. Well, there's only 4 left on the enemy team. 2 Arty, a Excalibur tank destroyer, and a T-37. I forgot to mention at the start that this is a tier 6 game and he's top tier. But there's only 3 left on their team, and they've got no Arty. Only 2 tank destroyers, and of course the KV-2. But the tank destroyers are a pair of box tanks with 13cm guns. And one of them is now headed for the bridge because he's going to go over into enemy territory and wipe out the Arty on the other side. Now hopefully Mongoose will be able to get another kill to get his top gun. The Excalibur was seen on the other side of the battlefield, and that's where that box tank is over there at the moment. The coronavirus skins, by the way, were created by Sir Rusty. If you want to put them on your KV-2, you can do so because you can download it from the link in the description beneath the video. There's also explanation of where to put the skin or where to extract the skin information into. Sir Rusty creates all the skins for What Arty Noobs, or most of them anyway, and he's very talented. So's his daughter Jazz. And if you want to get a special skin for one of your vehicles, he will kindly do it for you. As you can see, it says "Stay home, stay safe" on the back of that KV-2, and it's got the biohazard warning symbol. And oh, there's the T-37. Okay. We lost the other box tank. He was taken out by the enemy M44, and well, Mongoose is indicating to the other box tank he should come in to protect the cap. And there's the Excalibur, and the Excalibur's been killed by the box tank. And he's indicating where he thinks the enemy is. The enemy Arty, probably in grid square A3. Okay, we're anticipating the T-37 or one of the Artys is going to come around that corner. We've gone very defensive now. There's the T-37 coming in behind us. In fact, it looks like he's going for the other box tank. Oh, and the box tank's losing hit points, and I think he's going to get killed. Yes, he has been. So it's now all down to Mongoose to kill 3 enemy vehicles to win this game. Waiting for somebody to make an appearance. I wouldn't be surprised if T-37 tries to come up behind him, but he has got full health. That's in his favour. If that T-37 wants to try and hit him, he's going to have to get close, and that means he's going to be vulnerable to that 152mm howitzer. And there he is. He is in that position. The enemy Arty can't do a thing in this position, and that T-37, well, he's low on hit points. And it's very difficult for Arty to put a round behind these buildings. Well, the M44 is trying. In fact, that's quite a big hit, that one. 182. And the M44 has repositioned himself. He's now up on the hill on the K line. And here comes the T-37 trying to get behind. So we know where they are. I think the Yep, the M44 is definitely behind him on the hill. And he's managed to get one round in, but he's stayed around too long, and if only he can get round the corner fast enough, he can take out this T-37. Oh, he gets hit in the tracks. And that's the end of him. All he needs is to hit the tracks, and he, with a 3.66 meter burst radius, the shell will do a huge amount of damage to a T-37. So it's now just the Artys left. That's one of them. The other one is up on that hill, up on the K line. Now, by doing this and going around the corner, he's forcing them to come to him. But he can always drive over to the cap if they start capping. And they don't know where he's going to appear from. The view range of an M44 is 265 meters. So they're going to have to get pretty close to him, and he's going to see them before they see him. So it's very difficult for an M44 to get an advantage here. One of them is going to have to spot whilst the other one shoots, because if they both try to come in and one of them's in the cap, okay, well, this is where it gets fun, because now he's going to actually go around the corner and derp one of them. But the other one will probably get a shot at him once he appears. Just around the corner. Inching his way round. He must be in this area. Oh, we can't see him. But he is there. Okay, so he must be in one of the bushes. That's the only place he can be. Now he's sitting here waiting for the moment to go in. And there is one of the M44s coming up behind him. Big mistake. Goodbye, Mr. M44. And that means he's got no protection now, the one in the cap. Just got to wait for the reload to go in. And he's come out of the cap, and he's coming around here to try and finish off Mongoose directly, but of course he's got to get a good hit, and he doesn't, and that means the end of the game for him, because now Mongoose can just drive forward and derp him and win the game. And that's it, game over. Radley Walters, he must have been sitting behind that bush in the cap area, that's why he couldn't be seen. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Mongoose in the KV-2. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 23. A duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. And a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. He picked up 2 epic medals in this one. The Radley Walters Medal for getting at least 8 kills. And a Pascucci's Medal for killing 2 enemy Arty, both M44s. He also picked up a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. And if we look at the team scores, we can see that he did 2,566 hit points of damage. The next high scorer was that T-37 with 2,326. And after that, it was one of the M44s with 1,640. When it came to kills, he had the highest number with 8. The T-37 had 6. And then after that, the KV-2 on the enemy team had 3. And when it came to base XP, he had 1,403. And the next high score after that was Cromwell on his own team with 927. And then that T-37 with 799. He fired 12 rounds, got 10 direct hits and 2 penetrations, 8 splash. Damage of 2,566 hit points, of which 1,081 were at more than 300 meters. Those are the long range shots at the bridge. 8 hits received from the enemy, 3 of those were penetrations, 2 non-penetrations, and 5 hits by way of splash damage. Well, most of the penetrating shots actually came from in fact all of them came from the T-37, because he had 100% health before he started the engagement with the T-37 and the M44s, and all of the splash damage came from the M44s. 135 hit points of damage blocked by armor, 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged and 8 killed, and 447 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 29,251 credits from that game, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 29,787 credits. He received 1,403 XP, times 2 for the first victory, and took away 4,210 experience points altogether. So a very good game by Mongoose there. He actually managed to outfox the M44s. In fact, I think actually the M44s made a critical error. If they both come together at the same time, and if they knew exactly where he was, and they had an idea where he was, because where the T-37 saw him, they were able to shoo him out of that area by getting one of the M44s on the cane line. But if they both come together at the same time, they both could have derped him, and I think they would have got him in the end, because if you get derped twice, once after the other, I think you would be dead. In fact, the M44 came around the corner behind Mongoose, didn't get a shot off, and that was the big mistake, because if they both got a shot off, he wouldn't have survived. So there you go. It doesn't always work if you derp in an M44. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and derp, stay home, stay safe, and derp coronavirus.